Hi everybody, Sunday, October 7th, 2018. There's lots of videos. This is how I light a smoker. My favorite fuel in the smoker, part of it, is pellets. You can go buy a 40 or 50 pound bag of pellets for, I don't even know, about maybe less than $10 for 40 or 50 pounds. Some of these companies try and sell you 2 pounds for the same amount as you can go. If you have a farm store in your area or anything in your region, you go buy these pellets for these pellet stoves. Another type of fuel, I'm not real fond of it. This here is cotton hulls. It just says here smoker fuel. It's cotton hulls. I'm not impressed with this stuff. Burlap. You buy rolls of burlap and cut you off a piece. I like to use that as my starter. Then I'm lucky enough here at the sawmill and the planer when I run cedar. It smells the nicest, cedar chips. So I'll kind of layer some burlap, some cedar chips, and some of the wood pellets. And if I get it going and get it filled up right, that thing will burn for 8 hours. If I really have to smoke heavily, it may only last, 4 or 6 hours, but you can easily come and add stuff to it. So here we go. Like I said, you can find, everybody's got their own way. This is what works for me. Some people use the cardboard and the newspaper. I like this here, reaches down in there for me. So we're going to go ahead and get it started. Just kind of hold it underneath and it'll get going, get burning. And I can kind of use this to help me push it down in there a little bit. Now I'm going to start layering some cedar. Come in. You can use, there again, like the hive tool or something to help continue to push pieces in there. Keep puffing it. You want to keep the flame going. If you don't have flame down in there at the beginning for the first minute or so, it's not going to light properly. It's going to go out on you. Now it's kind of just smoke, and all of a sudden it'll flare up again. It's burning. If you don't have cedar chips, you can go to the places and buy bales of pine shavings. There again at the farm store, you can buy a whole bale of them for about $8 or so. You can see the little bit that I put in there and it's smoking like crazy. But the goal here is to get it lit, get it going good to where it'll stay lit for hours. We're going to be going and robbing some, there we go, a little bit. We're going to be going and robbing the honey boxes off today. Normal highs for our region this time of year get to be it should be about 70 degrees. Well, the end of this week coming up, we're still up into the 80s for now. But next week we're going to be right around, next weekend the high is only going to be 60. Well, if the high is 60 and the nighttime lows down in the 40s, they're just generally going to be clustered up. So we're going to go ahead and harvest off the honey and see what we got. So I'm going to go ahead, if I'm robbing honey, I want a smoker lit and ready. Shove a little more of this down in there. But nice, thick smoke. Layer another, kind of mixing it all up. Get a few more of these pellets in here. Now, if you live in a region that has pine trees, pine needles gathered up underneath and dried thoroughly work great. But the region I live in, pines are not a natural. There's a few pine groves nearby where people have planted them, but it's just not quite as common. And there's not really good natural sources. Do another layer of the chips, another layer of the pellets. And there we go. Now, when you go to close it, if you leave it sit, you close it up and you leave it sit, and it goes out on you. All that creosote and tar builds up inside there and will seal your lids shut. Don't worry about it. Ideally, you would pop it open when you're done. If it's before you, before you put it away, you would obviously make sure it's cooled off. But if you take, it's real simple, the hive tool carefully and just put it right underneath this edge. And I've had it where I've forgotten about it and it was sealed tight. Just put this and put that pressure. It's putting the pressure on these brackets that hold your bellows against here, and it's plenty strong. It'll pop it right off, no problem. So that's how I light a smoker. Everybody's got their own ways. There's other fuels you can buy, but this one here will last for hours. And then, after 4 or 5 hours, if you're really into them a lot, using it a lot, just come and add a couple handfuls of your ingredients right on top, and it'll keep on going. You want to have a thick, cool smoke. So that's where your flame is down in the bottom, covered up by your other fuels up at the top. So as it kind of works its way through. Thanks for watching, everybody.